Hello traders, on the weekend I suggested that this market would want to continue to the upside into this area here, which is exactly what we've got. And yesterday I called in the room that I was going short the Dow and took it off at 550 and then did a couple of other shorts down to the 500 mark, so I had a good day. And this morning I only traded a little bit late to the screen. I shorted the Dow. I only traded 15 minutes. I only banked £105, but 105 in 15 minutes isn't bad, I suppose. But what I did was I just shorted. I was late. I was actually late. I only caught half of this down move. Late to the screen, and I shorted it about here, and then took it off. There's a pivot here at 8, and data coming out. So I took it off literally 2-3 minutes before the data, and it's completely bounced back. It boomeranged back to where we broke down from because German data was good. So it's a sweet move to the upside, but very, very difficult to trade unless you literally just go in blind. But let's just go back to the markets and see where we are at the moment. So obviously got a lot more data to come out. I'm doing this literally just 5 minutes after the German data's come out, so 8:30 UK time in the morning. We've got all of this resistance up here. We did narrowly poke above it, but only come in contact with the daily 21 EMA, which is this one here. So what am I looking for here? If we go into today and holding 88.20, I'd expect us to go up to 90.92 on this DAX. And particularly, we go in here with a close above 89.45, then that opens the door for 92 and possibly even 95. Right, if we look at similar patterns, so what have we done? We've come off the bottom. We've come off of this. This is the main fib zone. So we went over the fib zone, dropped back into 50%, pulled back into this resistance area where we dropped from, fell down, and now we are zigzagging back up to here to this key resistance area, at which point we will probably come down and test 80. Okay, so we've got a clear zigzag here. So we were messing around not doing a whole heap during February and March, and then over the summer we just capitulated. It was a distribution pattern, capitulated, and here we are just waving down. Okay, at the moment we are waving up because this has had a huge 5-minute bar here, absolutely huge. So the market is loving that data. Dow. Obviously we've hit resistance. This was a key resistance, the 200 EMA, and they sold it off. So any pullback into 16,560 could see this sell. So the Dow pushed higher into the 200, whereas the DAX didn't test the main guide ropes, as I call them, the main moving averages. So if the Dow can now engulf yesterday's bar, then we can test 1715, perhaps the top of this fib zone. So as you expect, this is behaving in a very similar way to the DAX. We peaked above this area here. So we had a quiet summer, peaked above it in September, and then we are zigzagging down. So we've had 2 waves down. Effectively 1, 2. We're coming up for a potential third. We're coming up for air with the potential for that to drop back down. So let's see where we close. I went long the US dollar yen yesterday. That cannot get above the 21 EMA at the moment, but we may, if we a market that stays under the 21 this long is in trouble. So we're sandwiched between the 21 and the 50, and so if we can break that high today, 107.50, then I think we'll test 108.50. But this is a massive area of support down here. So that was resistance. Resistance became support here, and then we've come back down to test it. We're holding with the potential to go back to that high, at which point we may either we're going to play around here and break higher, or we're going to roll over. At the moment, if we can get above 107.20 at the moment, so that has the potential to go much higher based on that area. Right, a quick look at the pound. There's a pound US just holding the 160. What do I think is going to happen? I think we've got retail sales at 9:30 an hour or 45 minutes. That'll be telling. I think that'll be the make or break of the pound. Obviously, we are 2 days of selling. There's a lot of downward pressure. This is the real. We're in the line on the sand. This is a potential shoulder, head, shoulder. That's the neckline. So we start holding 160.50, and we could go back into 162. This is traditionally the time of the year when I would expect to see a push back up there, and at which point testing the 50 EMA at 162.50 could determine whether that is going to roll over or not. Pound yen. Trap between the 50 and the 200. Any market trap between the 50 and the 200 is going to be sloppy, and that's exactly what we're getting at the moment. Pushing up into 173, selling, and coming down to 171. Hammer-like bar on the 200. So we break. Let me enlarge that. Break that high, 172.60, and we will potentially test 175. Euro, just not trading the euro at the moment. It was a nice moving to 128.50. A lot of support here, a lot. 162.30, so that's make or break for the Euro US, and Euro Yen very similar to the Euro US. So we are, this market has to close back above, this is the Dow again, the Dow has to close above 1660 today, otherwise this is in trouble. But this is a selling bar under the 21 and the 200. So the bears could just sell into that high. Okay, so at the moment, all the time, I will see how the Dow opens and look to short the 16,600 area and then see if that works. But a lot of bottoming tails down here, nice push into that. Today will be telling. I do hope you find that useful. Feedback is always welcome, and watch out for some new events I've got coming up. Alright, thanks for listening. Bye.